Today, we delve into Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, the highly anticipated sequel to Tim Burton's 1988 classic. Before we dive into the bizarre and whimsical world of ghosts and ghouls, let's take a moment to share 10 fascinating facts about the film, including its box office performance. Tim Burton returned to helm this sequel, marking his first time revisiting the franchise in over 3 decades. Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder reprised their iconic roles as Beetlejuice and Lydia Dietz, joined by newcomers Jenna Ortega and Willem Dafoe. Jenna Ortega plays Astrid, Lydia's estranged daughter, while Justin Theroux takes on the role of Rory, Lydia's fiancé. The film explores both the living world and the netherworld, with entirely new dimensions and characters introduced. Danny Elfman composed the music, once again collaborating with Burton to bring an eerie and whimsical atmosphere to the sequel. Renowned cinematographer Emmanuel Lubezki joined the project, adding a visually stunning quality to the film. The film was produced with a reported budget of $100 million, reflecting its ambitious visual effects and star-studded cast. Filming took place across multiple locations, including London and Toronto, with intricate sets built to recreate the iconic netherworld. Despite mixed reviews, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice grossed $451 million globally, showcasing the enduring appeal of the franchise. The film is being hailed as a potential setup for a larger Beetlejuice universe, with discussions of spin-offs already in progress. Before we dive into the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you love exploring the fascinating worlds of your favorite films, you're in the right place. The film begins decades after the original events, introducing us to Lydia Dietz, now the host of a paranormal talk show called Ghost House. Lydia, played once again by Winona Ryder, has come a long way since her teenage years, but remains deeply connected to the supernatural world. She is estranged from her daughter Astrid, portrayed by Jenna Ortega, following the untimely death of her ex-husband Richard in the Amazon. Their strained relationship forms the emotional core of the story. While taping an episode of her show, Lydia experiences a surreal hallucination, a vision of Beetlejuice sitting among the audience. This unsettling encounter reignites her memories of their chaotic past and sets the stage for the ghostly misadventures to come. Shortly after, Lydia receives devastating news from her quirky stepmother, Delia, played by Catherine O'Hara. Her father, Charles, has been eaten by a shark. Together with Delia and Astrid, Lydia returns to Winter River, Connecticut, to attend Charles's funeral. The return to this iconic setting serves as a bittersweet reunion with the past, while introducing a new layer of supernatural intrigue. During the wake, Lydia's producer and boyfriend, Rory, pressures her into marrying him on Halloween, a proposal she reluctantly accepts. Meanwhile, Astrid encounters Jeremy Fraser, a charming but mysterious boy who invites her to spend Halloween with him. This meeting is more than it seems, as Jeremy hides a ghostly secret that pulls Astrid deeper into the netherworld. The story takes a sharp turn as we revisit the chaotic netherworld. Beetlejuice, still as irreverent as ever, oversees an office of bioexorcists, a bizarre twist on bureaucratic purgatory. However, his antics are overshadowed by a looming threat: Dolores Lefevre, Beetlejuice's vengeful ex-wife. A murderous cultist, Dolores is on a rampage, draining the souls of the dead in her quest to find Beetlejuice and exact revenge for their twisted history. Meanwhile, Astrid discovers her latent psychic abilities, a gift inherited from Lydia. Realizing Jeremy is a ghost, she agrees to follow him into the netherworld, hoping to reconnect with her father. However, Lydia learns from a local realtor that Jeremy is not as innocent as he seems. He murdered his parents years ago and died during his arrest. Desperate to save her daughter, Lydia summons Beetlejuice, making a dangerous pact. She agrees to marry him in exchange for his help in entering the netherworld. Beetlejuice blows open a portal between the worlds, setting off a chain of events that spirals into chaos. To evade detection, he disguises his assistant Bob as himself. This deception leads to a humorous yet tragic sequence where Bob is arrested by netherworld authorities and subsequently killed by Dolores, who remains hot on Beetlejuice trail. As Lydia and Beetlejuice search for Astrid, Jeremy reveals his sinister plan. He intends to use Astrid to regain his life, betraying her trust. In a thrilling sequence, Lydia saves Astrid just as she is about to board the Soul Train to the great beyond. Their escape takes them to Saturn's moon Titan, a surreal and desolate landscape where Richard, now a spirit, heroically intervenes to save them from a menacing sandworm. In a parallel storyline, Delia finds herself in the netherworld after being bitten by venomous asps during a mourning ceremony. Her interactions with Beetlejuice add a layer of dark humor and chaos as she strikes a deal with him to find Charles. This subplot intertwines with the main narrative, adding depth to Delia's eccentric character. Returning to the living world, Lydia reconciles with Astrid, strengthening their bond in a heartfelt moment. However, the peace is short-lived as the climactic Halloween wedding approaches. At the church, Beetlejuice interrupts the ceremony, injecting Rory with truth serum. This comedic yet revealing scene exposes Rory's ulterior motives, shattering his facade and further complicating Lydia's chaotic life. As the wedding spirals into pandemonium, Dolores arrives to confront Beetlejuice. Her presence heightens the tension, leading to a supernatural battle of wills. Wolf Jackson, a netherworld detective, also intervenes, but Beetlejuice freezes him and his team, determined to complete the wedding. Astrid, displaying remarkable ingenuity, summons a sandworm through a portal. In a dramatic turn, Beetlejuice uses the sandworm to devour both Dolores and Rory, showcasing his unpredictable nature. However, Astrid cleverly exploits a loophole. Because Beetlejuice illegally brought Lydia into the netherworld, their marriage contract is void. Lydia banishes Beetlejuice by reciting his name 3 times, bringing the chaos to an end. As the dust settles, Delia returns to the netherworld, reuniting with Charles as he prepares to board the Soul Train. This emotional farewell brings closure to their quirky family dynamic. Meanwhile, Lydia decides to end her talk show, choosing to focus on her relationship with Astrid. The film concludes with a haunting yet humorous note. Beetlejuice continues to appear in Lydia's nightmares, ensuring his mischievous presence lingers. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice successfully balances its macabre humor with heartfelt moments, offering a nostalgic yet fresh take on the beloved classic. The performances, particularly by Michael Keaton and Jenna Ortega, breathe life into their characters, while Tim Burton's visionary direction creates a visually stunning netherworld. However, the film's reliance on callbacks to the original may polarize audiences, with some critics arguing that it struggles to fully justify its narrative expansions. Despite this, the film's clever humor and emotional core make it a worthy addition to the Beetlejuice legacy. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite films. Until next time, keep exploring the magical world of cinema.